Hello, my name is Becky Carlson. There's a picture of me right here, and I am a member of St. John's Episcopal Church in Fort Smith, and I'm also a member of the YMAC committee. And for Sunday school lessons in the month of September, we have been talking about prayer, and we started with prayer in general and why it is so important, and we moved on to the Lord's Prayer and broke it down and to understand the meaning of all of the words that we say. And then we learned about bedtime prayers and special ways to talk to God late at night and thank Him for the day that we've had. Well, my favorite prayer, or one of my favorite prayers, is from Psalm 45. And it is actually considered a morning prayer because it gets you ready for the day and it prays to God so that He can help you make it through the day and be strong for whatever life throws at you. And that's one thing I really like, especially nowadays. So we're only going to go through a few parts of Psalm 45, the first four stanzas, just because it does get a little long. But this has my favorite part anyway. So it starts off with God is our refuge and strength. You may have heard of God being referred to as our rock and our salvation. So I put pictures of the state rocks of Arkansas. This is bauxite, and I like it because of all the little cool circular shapes stuck in it. It's actually aluminum ore. And then Oklahoma's state rock is a rose rock, which is incredibly, incredibly rare to come up this beautiful. So God being our refuge and our strength, God is our rock that we can lean on in times of stress, in times of insecurities, in times of, I'm just really scared, God. God is our rock. He is our refuge and our strength. So remember our rocks. A very present help in trouble. I love this picture. We've got the guy trying to climb the mountain, and mountains can seem so insurmountable. And so when I see the mountains when I drive to work, I think about someone who might want to climb those mountains. And God's always there to help us in our times of need and to help us overcome any obstacles we might encounter. The next line is, therefore we will not fear, though the earth be moved. This is the little fear guy from Inside Out, if you've seen that picture show. Can you imagine? Therefore we will not fear, though the earth be moved. That means God is so much bigger than anything we could face here on earth. And because of Him, we can have strength and we can put our fears to rest because we know God is going to take care of us. In addition with that, the next line is, and though the mountains be toppled into the depths of the sea. So here is an example of mountains being thrown to the depths of the sea. It's not exactly the same, but they are mountains of ice. And you can see the glaciers falling off. And look at this big old chunk right there. Boom! Falling into the depths of the sea. Even though this happens, even though we have all the crazy things that happen in our world with earthquakes and hurricanes, look at that big wave coming. We won't fear because God is bigger than all of this. And God can take care of us and does take care of us. One more worrisome part, though its waters rage and foam. Okay, just more imagery of all the chaos that can be in this world, all the craziness that happens. God's still there. He's still there to keep us calm, keep us safe, and tell us not to worry. He's got us. He's got this. And though the mountains tremble at its tumult, see, look at all these trembling mountains. Okay, even though the earth is still going to shake, it's still going to go nuts, God has us and He's supporting us and He's taking care of us. This next part I think is my favorite. The Lord of hosts is with us. How comforting is that? The Lord of hosts is with us. To me, that's my favorite line so far. Just a reminder that the Lord is with me. This picture comes from a poem called Footprints in the Sand. And I don't know if you've ever read it, but it is lovely. It's so lovely that it usually brings me to tears. But it makes me feel so comforted about the power of Jesus and of God. And the gist of it is there's this man who's walking on the beach and he's talking to God, and there are two sets of footprints. And then as they go along, he realized that for a while there's only one set of footprints. And then he starts to realize that, when there was only one set of footprints, I was really struggling then. And so he asked God, he says, how come when I needed you the most, there was only one set of footprints? And that's when God answered, when you see only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you. The Lord of hosts is with us, and the God of Jacob is our stronghold. Look at that Minecraft stronghold. Isn't that solid? That's not going anywhere, no matter what happens. God is our strength, and God is always with us, and God is our rock. Thank you. And you remember this to help you for your daily goings about the world.